Good morning. The video I make today is probably going to offend some people, and that's not my intent. But I've got to say this. In this debate about the rapture, pre-trib, mid-trib, pre-wrath, post, I'm getting actually three positions on this as I read people's comments that challenge the pre-trib. I have no doubt in my mind that many of these people that challenge the pre-trib rapture are saved and are going to go to heaven at the rapture. But there's another group that I'm getting that I think I would have to tell them to examine themselves. Because what they're telling me is that we as Christians have to suffer something in order to be purified before we can be taken. Go through the 7 years, be beat up, and through the tribulation, the wrath, the suffering that we would feel, that they think they're going to feel, is somehow paying for their right to be raptured or be taken, and they're saying that's at the midpoint or at the end post-tribulation. That somehow that the church has to go through more refinement, physical refinement on this earth. And to that I've got to say, that's not scriptural, and I believe you people had better check your salvation. You had better examine yourself. Jesus, when he went to the cross, he took all of God's wrath that we would have felt if not for believing upon the Jesus Christ of these scriptures. So this group of people, I believe, are thinking that they have to do something, a work salvation. They have to be here to suffer. And through their work of suffering, they become redeemable. That's not the gospel. That's another gospel. If you think you have to pay for your salvation through your suffering, the 7-year tribulation, that's not of Christ. Jesus did that at the cross through his death, burial, and resurrection. You can't say, I'm saved, and then turn right around and say, but yet I've got to suffer more to become more refined. I have to go through do these things. I have to do something. I have to suffer. That's not scriptural. Those that are going to suffer and have to endure to the end, those are the ones that put off making the choice to believe upon Christ, in spite of the fact that people like me by the tens and tens and tens of thousands telling them, okay, it's time. Get ready. Believe. You're going to be left behind if you don't believe upon Christ. Well, they're going to be there, and they're going to have to endure till the end. They won't be able to take the mark. They'll face their own destruction. They'll face their own beheading. And if they're put into captivity and left there, then that's what will happen. But there is nothing further that I can do to refine myself, to prepare myself to be taken by the Lord. That was all done on the cross. He shed his blood. He paid that price. There's nothing further that I have to do. All I am required to be saved is to believe upon the Jesus Christ of these scriptures. Romans chapter 10 verses 9 and 10, 1 Corinthians 15 chapter 15 verses 1 through 4. That's it. That's all I'm required. Now I'm saved, and I can earn greater or lesser reward once that decision is made, the faith upon Christ. But I'm saved because I depend upon the gospel. Nothing that I did. I didn't have to suffer 7 years to be taken. All right. Bye.